Hey everyone, this is Tiffany from Integral Movements in Raleigh, North Carolina again. And today we're going to do a little bit of arm/core work today, and you're going to need a resistance band. I've got about a medium resistance band. You can make it harder for this series with a heavier weight or thicker resistance band, or easier with a lighter resistance band. I'm lucky I've got a little railing set up going on in my little movement loft. A great place to do this would either be out on a deck. If you have a deck with a railing, is a great spot. Or if you have heavy pieces of furniture that you can wrap a Theraband around that you feel pretty confident is heavy enough not to move when you give it a little pull. So those are some options, and then we're going to do a couple of variations that don't require the bars, that you're just using your legs as your counter support. So let's get to playing. So the setup here is I'm actually going to wrap these around 3 of my bars to give me a little bit more resistance. And you can go higher or lower and change what your resistance is. So option 1 is just lying flat on your back and feet about hip width distance apart, and holding on to your straps with the pinky edge of your hand closer to your leg. Part 1, just take a few breath cycles and really check in that your pelvis is evenly weighted, right side, left side. You feel the back of your ribs heavy, and then without letting them lift or arch, you're going to go ahead with an inhale, reach down and back up. As you do this movement, notice what your shoulder blades are doing. Let them move. So as they lift, the shoulder blades slide a little closer to your ears. As they lower, they reach a little bit more towards your pelvis. Yeah, just nice, easy, simple range of movements. We're going to make it a little bit more complex in a little bit. Yeah, again, noticing that you're not flaring, so keep the ribs heavy. Let's do 2 more. And up. Check in with your wrists occasionally that they're not bending, so keep the integrity of your wrists. Yep, no breaking in the joint. And now we add. So now you're going to go down, out to the side, around and up without losing all of the resistance in your bands. So arm circles like you're on the reformer. Yep, so just making some exercises we do typically on a reformer, and just making our own at home. Let's do 3 and 4 and 5, and then we reverse. Notice even pacing throughout the circle. Don't feel like any part of the circle is being rushed. And again, the slower you go, the more you're going to recruit, wake up, and work. And going for 3 and 2 and 1. And then we bend the elbows down. And if you want to make this a little bit harder, you just choke up on the Theraband a little bit. You're going to push down, slowly bend it back. Don't let the band be in charge. 2, check in that you're not flaring in the ribs or tipping the pelvis. 3 and 4 and 5. Reach it up, give it a little rest. And now we're going to add another layer of complexity. So you can just repeat what you've already done, or lift your legs to tabletop. So now we've got load both on the upper spine and the lower spine. So start simple again. Heels, knees, and hip sockets all in line. If you have really tight hip flexors, think knees a little bit out, heels touching. I've got some tight hip flexors going on today, so that's what I'm doing. And we're just going to go lower down. And if your knees were turned out a little bit and you have to go a little wider with the arms, no biggie. Again, notice the movement of your shoulder blades, your scapula. Rather than locking them into place, let them slide a little up and then pull a little down. Trying to strengthen the muscle underneath the shoulder blade. And then we go into circles. Yeah, making sure you stay connected to your breath. So this is definitely taking the arm work, making a little bit more core work to it. And 3 and 2 1, and we reverse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Anchor the elbows. If you want to, again, add a little bit more complexity as you push the hands away, reach the legs away and bring it back. And going 2. You don't usually need a lot of these. They're pretty solid. 3. Remember, when you reach your legs away, if it's too much on the low back or you're flaring the ribs or the tipping of the pelvis, reach your legs up. So just change the angle. Up. Last one. And up. And bring it back and rest it down. Good. Go ahead, take your loop out from your furniture or your band. And now, taking it onto your feet. So when you put it on your feet, you want to cover the ball of your foot and the toe of your foot so the band doesn't roll up. And again, you don't need to do all these. This is kind of like a arm heavy little session with a little bit of core work in it. So I'm going to start just again, knees in line with hips, heels in line with knees, hugging the legs together, reaching my arms up. Good. And then I'm just going to go right into arm circles here. Now they're a little bit different because the band is in a different place. So you might notice a different range. That's okay. But there's an added element of challenge because your feet are pushing into the straps. This is pretty big on the core stabilizers. And then reverse, bring it in. Again, trying to maintain the integrity of your wrists. And one more. And now bend the elbows, land the elbows down. Keeping a bend in the knees, you're going to drop the feet down. This is about as far as I'm going right now. Otherwise, I'm dumping in my low back today. You might be touching the floor and then bring it back. And inhale away. And exhale it back. And going 5, back, 4, back, 3, back, 2, up, and 1, and up. Good. Go ahead, reach both legs up towards the ceiling. Use your hands. You can choke up on the strap a little bit. Pull the toes back, reach the heels up. Just get a little back leg stretch. Beautiful. And then gently let it go. Good. Go ahead. Stretch your legs out long. Good. Let the hip flexors release. Take a breath. Good. Come on up and enjoy the rest of your day. See you next time, gang.